It's funny how you think you have this plan of how things are going to happen, and so we just assumed we would get married and wait a couple years because that's what you do, and then you get pregnant. And obviously God had other plans. We started trying to get pregnant in 2011, so it's been just about 8 years, and we did infertility for a while in 2012 and kind of through 2014, and then we had several failed attempts that hadn't worked.
We had so many words from different people that, that people were just believing for us, praying for us. People had dreams or just things that they felt like the Lord had told them.
We went and we met with a doctor that we had seen for years and years, and we did the surgery again, and again thought, okay, we'll get pregnant. We did it last summer and thought for sure in the next few months, and just trying on our own, and it still didn't happen. For Mother's Day, my parents and my sister both had bought us gifts, like baby gifts, and they had never done that before, and I think it kind of gave me permission to, okay, it's not weird if I buy a few things, and so we did. And then at the end of the year, that's really when we were like, we felt like the Lord had told us it's coming, like 2019, it's happening. And so 2019 was the year of promises fulfilled. Like that was the word that He gave us. And so we bought a crib at the end of 2018, which again feels like, okay, we're buying this crib, and because cribs aren't cheap, and so, but we just knew that it was going to happen. They do a blood test to test for pregnancy, and so we were doing that morning. But I took a home test that morning, and we had taken hundreds, if not thousands, of home tests. I don't know how many months is in 8 years, but it's early. It's like maybe not even 6 o'clock in the morning yet. And he's standing behind me, and we're, waiting. And so when it changed and it said pregnant, I don't even know the sound that came out of my mouth. It was like a wail.
It was wailing.
And I don't even know. I just started bawling. So I was 10 weeks pregnant and feeling good, and then just came home and all of a sudden was in a lot of pain. I did not know what was happening, but the Lord told me very clearly that I wasn't losing my baby. And so when Howell came home, I had passed out. I was on the floor. So we went to the ER in Plainview, and they ended up care flighting me to Lubbock. And I had an ectopic pregnancy that had ruptured, so my fallopian tube had ruptured. I had 1.7 liters of blood in my abdomen. The ectopic pregnancy is life-threatening. I have a blood clotting disorder, and so those two things compounded together were even worse. But it's a miracle. All of this is a miracle anyway. The fact that we're pregnant is a miracle, but that the baby that was in utero wasn't affected at all. It's very unlikely. And in the ER in Plainview, they kept saying, we're gonna do this procedure, we'll try to save the baby, we'll try to save your baby. And I kept saying, God said my baby's okay. Like, I just knew my baby's gonna live, because I know that I heard God say that. There's this long gap between when you get a word and then when the promise is fulfilled. And for some people that gap is longer even. Our gap felt very, very long. But now that it's here, it I don't know, it doesn't feel like we even waited that long. It was just a moment, and then he answered.